Imagine for a moment you're filled with excitement. You've been accepted to a prestigious university in the US, or perhaps you're planning to visit a loved one after years apart. But then, the unthinkable happens. Your dreams are shattered, not because of who you are, but because of the passport you carry. This is the stark reality for many Palestinians today. The U.S. State Department has instructed consular officers to deny nearly all non-immigrant visas for holders of Palestinian Authority passports. This follows earlier moves. In August, visas were paused for Gazans. Weeks later, about 80 Palestinian officials, including President Mahmoud Abbas, were blocked from attending the UN General Assembly in New York. And now the policy effectively extends across the West Bank and diaspora. On paper, the government claims this is a national security measure, citing legal statutes that grant the president sweeping powers. It's the same authority used in the 2017 travel ban case, Trump versus Hawaii. There, the Supreme Court upheld sweeping presidential discretion, even when challengers argued it targeted Muslims. So if this Palestinian ban is litigated, courts may well uphold it too. However, is this latest move by the Trump administration really about security? Or is it a political maneuver cloaked in legal jargon? The implications of this policy ripple far beyond the individual. It sends a chilling message to Palestinians and their supporters worldwide. Are we witnessing a new era of discrimination masquerading as security? Here's the view from the perspective of international law. The International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights prohibits discrimination based on national origin. Additionally, the UN Headquarters Agreement obligates the U.S. to admit foreign officials to attend UN meetings. Denying visas en masse to Palestinian officials, including Abbas, undermines those obligations. Human rights law demands individualized review, not blanket exclusion. What makes this more than just a legal question is the emerging pattern of behavior by the Trump administration. Over the past year, the administration has repeatedly taken steps that target Palestinians or those who speak out for them. First came restrictions on Gazan travel. Then, the barring of Palestinian officials from UN functions. Then, crackdowns on visas for international activists supporting Palestinian rights. And now, a wholesale freeze on visas tied to Palestinian passports. Layered together, it looks less like neutral security policy and more like a political message that Palestinian identity and advocacy are themselves suspect. Critics argue this is part of a broader attempt to delegitimize Palestinian representation and chill global support for their cause. It echoes earlier chapters in U.S. history, like the Red Scare, when political speech was recast as a security threat. Legally, Palestinians will struggle in U.S. courts. Immigration decisions, especially tied to national security, get enormous deference. International condemnation will come, but the U.S. has a history of brushing it aside. The likely outcome is for the visa ban to stand, even as it sparks outrage abroad and at home. But the longer-term cost is legitimacy. When the government lumps all Palestinians together as a security risk, it undercuts America's own credibility as a neutral broker in the Middle East and deepens divisions it claims to want to resolve. And when visa bans bleed into restrictions on speech and activism, the message is unmistakable. Dissent on this issue may come at a price. As we reflect on these issues, let's remember that the fight for justice and equality transcends borders. It's about standing up for the rights of all individuals, regardless of their nationality. So while the Trump administration frames this as security, the pattern tells a different story, one of politics, punishment, and a chilling signal to Palestinians and their allies worldwide.